Hello everyone, Juggalozen back at it again, Schlub and back with another installment, first installment. Who freaking knows? This is something new. I'm trying something new. Was it since since my Here to Slay unboxing went over so well, I decided I'll show a little how to play. I've had a couple of games with this, and I think I have an idea how this works, so I can kind of show you what I've gained from it. So I've already set up everybody with their hands and on their playmats. I'm just using 3 of the normal heroes. I'm not using any of the promo, I'm using 3 of the normal party leaders. Like this guy, the Cloak Sage. He has an ability that says, each time you play a magic card, draw a card. And he is a wizard, right? So it's classes we got here, and that would be wizard, I believe. So, alright. So, right. Okay, so I'm only using regular party leaders. I'm not using any of the 3 promo dual class party leaders because those guys are just another wrinkle to the game that we don't need to discuss on how to play. So I got everybody with their starting hand of 5 cards. I've got my 3 monsters randomly selected out there. Got my deck, got my dice tower, got my dice. So the object of the game is you either have to be the first character to have slain 3 monsters, or you have to end your turn with a party that has 6 class types. So again, the classes. See if we can get kind of a focus here. I don't know, I'm also trying a new camera, so bear with me. So we got Fighter, Bard, Guardian, Ranger, Thief, Wizard, Sorcerer, Warrior, and Druid. So as long as you've got 6 of those classes, when you end your turn, you win. Or be the first one to have slain 3 monsters. Everything in the game works around action points. So everybody starts off their turn with 3 action points. And you can spend 1 action point to draw a card, 1 action point to play a card, 1 action point to activate an ability on a hero. So each of the heroes will have an ability. This here is Iron Resolve, and it's a protector. No, I mean a guardian. And this has 8+. Cards you play cannot be challenged for the rest of your turn. So when this card is in play, you can spend an action point to roll and try to get that ability. You can only do it once per turn. Pass or fail. And when you play a hero, you get to roll for its ability immediately, if you so choose. Whenever this game uses the term immediately, that means you do it for free without the use of an action point. So again, you can spend an action point to draw a card, spend an action point to play a card, spend an action point to activate a hero, or spend 2 action points to declare an attack on a monster. Now, the monsters I have here are pretty easy. So 2 of the monsters I have here have a requirement of just hero. Come on, camera. I'm still figuring things out, so bear with me. Okay, here we go. So this has a gray H, which means that you need 1 hero card to declare an attack on this monster. And again, that doesn't count your party leader. Your party leader is a party leader, not a hero. So this has 6-, sacrifice a hero card, 10+, slay this monster. So when you roll against it, if you roll 10 or higher, you slay the monster. If you roll 6 or less, you have to sacrifice a hero. So that's like your punishment for rolling low. 7 to 9 is a safe zone. So you don't succeed in slaying the monster, but you don't get a drawback either. And when you slay it, you have this ability. So it says, each time you successfully roll to use a hero card's effect, you may draw a card. Pretty good. The slightly harder one that I have there at the moment is Crowned Serpent. There we go. So this requires 2 hero cards of any kind. That has 7 or less, sacrifice a hero card, 10 or more, slay this monster. And it says, each time any player, including you, plays a modifier card, you may draw a card. That is really powerful, because everybody slings modifiers like crazy. So when it comes to the card types, I've already shown you the hero. So we have Magic. So this one is Call to the Fallen. And this one is search the discard pile for a hero card and add it to your hand. So that's kind of cool. Items. Oh, here we go. That's it. So here we have the Bard Mask. And this one is the equipped hero card is considered a bard instead of its original class. So you would equip this, you would spend a point to play it and immediately equip it to a hero that you haven't played, and it'll change its class to the bard. These things are funky, but they can steal the game in the end. And then we have modifiers. So like this one is a -4 modifier. So after somebody rolls a card, you can play this immediately to change the roll. So this one, if you play it, it'll -4 that roll. And anybody can play any number of modifiers on any one roll. They can just keep playing them until they decide to stop. And then we have challenges. So challenges, if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, is kind of like a counter spell, except it's reliant on a dice roll. So when somebody plays a card that you don't want to resolve, when they play a hero, item, or magic card, you can challenge it. And so you'll play this card immediately, and then both of you will roll off. And if your roll is higher or equal to their roll, you succeed in the challenge. I believe it's higher than or equal to. Let me double check the rules on the challenge cards. Okay, so we got here, if we can get, there we go. When you challenge another player, each of you must roll 2 dice. If your roll is equal to or higher than the other player's roll, that player must immediately move the card they attempted to play to the discard pile, and that player does not get back an action point. If that player rolls higher, they may proceed with playing that card as planned. So if you challenge, if you tie, you you win because you challenged. Right, so that you spend action points. The other last way to spend action points is that if you spend 3 action points, you can discard your hand and draw 5. So a lot of times when you're down to 1 card or 0 cards, because there is no regular draw, you gotta spend points to draw. When you got nothing left, you'll just waste your turn to refill your hand and try to gas back up. So I've already tried making a video of this before, and my camera decided to just conk out on me. Again, this is something new for me. I'm just trying something new, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to complete a game. Alright, so we're gonna start with the Cloak Sage first. Okay, so I have 3 action points to spend, and I have some heroes, a challenge, and a modifier. So looking at what this has. So what does Dracos do? Dracos only needs 1 and an 8+, so this is the easiest monster to try to attack. It says, each time a hero card in your party is destroyed, you may draw a card. That's not bad. So, alright, let's try to do a little bit of a... Let me see, no, because that's sacrifice. Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 point to play the Mighty Blade. So now I have, so then I can roll, and it has, let's forget, what come on you, there we go. So it says for 8+, heroes in your party cannot be destroyed until your next turn. They can still be sacrificed, but not destroyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose to roll, so I need 8+. That was a 6, so that was a failure. So my my hero cards can be destroyed, just like normal. So now I'm gonna spend my remaining 2 points to try to attack Dracos. So Dracos needs 8+ to succeed, and I'm hoping not to get 5 or less. Boom, got a 9. So I successfully slayed Dracos. So that goes into my trophy area, and now every time a hero in my party is destroyed, I can draw a card. So now that the monster's been slain, I will replace it. Got the Anurian Cauldron. So this one requires 3 hero cards. Come on you. Come on you. Come on you. There we go. 3 hero cards. And it says each time you roll, +1 to your roll. That's ridiculous. Each time you roll for every freaking roll, for challenge rolls, for hero rolls. That's amazing. But it takes 3 heroes to declare an attack on that. So that's Cloak Sage's turn. We will go ahead and go to the Divine Arrow. The Divine Arrow is the Ranger. There you go. And it says, each time you roll to attack a monster card, +1 to your roll. So this guy likes to attack monsters. So, I have a few heroes here. I have a recursion for heroes. And then I have a cursed item, which I can put on opposing. Sealing Key. You cannot use the equipped hero card's effect. Whoop, there we go. Okay, so I could put this on Mighty Blade, and he can no longer activate it. So let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 point and play Quick Draw. So this says, on 8+, draw 2 cards. If at least one of those cards is an item, you may play one of them immediately. So, spend 1 point there. And then I need 8+. That was a 6, so I fail. So, I need 10+ to go after Arctic Ares. I don't know that that's worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1 point to draw a card. So I got a challenge card. Challenge. And I'm gonna spend my 3rd point to play buttons. Come on. So on 6+, it says pull a card from another player's hand. If it's a magic card, you may play it immediately. So pulling in this game, much like Unstable Unicorns, these are the same guys that made Unstable Unicorns, is to randomly steal a card from another person's hand. Right. Now, oddly enough, the term pull is not in the instructions. So it's only because I have Unstable Unicorns do I know that term. So I'll go ahead, play this here. And now I need 6+. Snake Eyes. Terrible rolls for the Divine Arrow. So that's the Divine Arrow's turn. Now we go to the Charismatic Song. The Charismatic Song is the Bard. And he has, each time you roll to use your hero card's effect, +1 to your roll. Now I got a special kind of challenge card, Guardian Challenge. So in order to use this challenge, I need the Guardian type hero in my party. What was it? But so that kind of sucks. I have to have a Guardian in my party to use it, but it gives you a +3. So all of these specific challenge cards, they give you a +3 buff to your roll, which is really good. So I have to destroy a hero for 8+. Yes, napping nibbles to do nothing. Yep. And then Melody, 7+, draw a card. If that card is a hero card, you may play it immediately. Ooh, that sounds really good. Yes, so I will spend 1 point to play Melody. So, the roll is 7+, but because I'm rolling for a hero, the Charismatic Bard says add 1 to my roll. That's 10, 11 with the Charismatic Song, so I get a draw card. That card is a hero. It is Greedy Cheeks. 8+, each other player must give you a card from their hand. Ooh, and this was, how did it read? You may play it immediately. So, Greedy Cheeks comes into play, and I get to roll for it. So I need 8+, and I'm rolling for a hero, so that's +1 to my roll. Boom! Freaking 12. So, that's the, oh, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself, because we got challenges over here. So, actually, you know what? I'm forgetting about the challenges, so screw that for going backwards. So what I'm going to do is, let me see, what's it? That needs 8+, and that's technically 13, so even the modifier doesn't work. So, meh, I don't want to go back. Again, was it trying stuff? forgetting about stuff. I'm just playing cards and forgetting. So I see that he's getting extra value for playing Melody. So I'm gonna go ahead and challenge Greedy Cheeks. So the Cloak Sage will roll. So that's 10. And then Charismatic Song will roll. And that's 6. Now, at any point, modifiers can be played. Now, Charismatic Song doesn't have modifiers. Divine Arrow doesn't have modifiers. Cloak Sage has as a modifier, but doesn't need to use it. So, that card was successfully challenged. And then Greedy Cheeks will go in the discard pile. Sorry about that. I'm showing up this game and I'm forgetting stuff. So, okay, so that's 1 point, because Melody was just 1 action point. So I still have 2 more points to go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play Bad Axe. So Bad Axe, come on, there we go. Fighter, for 8+, destroy a hero card. So I attempt to play Bad Axe. And I will say the Divine Arrow will challenge that one. So roll for the Divine Arrow. That's 8. Roll for the Charismatic Song. That's 8. So that's a tie, which means that the Divine Arrow wins. Does the Cloak Sage want the Divine Arrow to win? How does... I'm just noticing this spot here. What is this? Oh, that's a spot on the card. What a shame. Okay, what's it? So this is destroy a hero. So probably the Cloak Sage won't mess with that roll to let him succeed. So the Bard loses another one. So the Bard has 1 more point left. So the Bard is going to go ahead and spend a point to draw a card. And then we shall go back over to the Cloak Sage. And this is how the game runs. What I like to say is this is like Monster Hunter, except everybody's a dick, right? Trademark that. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a point to play Nimble Gray. And he says, for 9+, you may attack any monster card this turn, even if you don't meet its party requirement. What am I doing? Show it off. Here we go. Come on. Come in. Nimble Gray. You may attack any monster card this turn, even if you do not meet its party requirement. So, nobody else has any challenges. Bard can't challenge because he doesn't have a Guardian. So Nimble Gray resolves, and then we're going to go ahead and roll. That was 3. That was terrible. Would have liked to have tried to gone for the Unarian Cauldron. That would have been nice. So, let us go ahead and declare an attack on the Crowned Serpent. Because the Crowned Serpent, again, was in these 2 heroes. So I have the 2 heroes. 10+, and then anytime somebody plays a modifier, draw a card. That is a really good ability, because like I said, modifiers can be slung around all over the place. So, I'll go ahead and roll. I need 10 or more. Oh, come on. Oh. 9. That was so close. But it was in the safe zone, so I have no drawback. So, pass the turn over to the Divine Arrow. So, the Divine Arrow... Hold on. There are now 2 hero cards in the grave. So, the Divine Arrow will go ahead and cast Call to the Fallen. magic card that says search the discard pile for a hero card and put it to your hand. So I'll cast that. Was it no counterspell, no challenge, and no challenge that he can use. So that'll resolve. And I'm going to go ahead and take Greedy Cheeks. Put it to the hand. Then I will spend another point to play Greedy Cheeks. So again, Greedy Cheeks was on an 8+, each player must give you a card from their hand. Again, nobody can counter, so I get the free roll. That was a 4, did not work. So I have one more point remaining. I'm going to attempt quick draws. Draw 2 can play an item. Right, okay, so here we go. So I need 8+ for that. And that is 11 to draw 2, and if one of them is an item, I get it for free. The Cloak Sage will go ahead and modify that to -4. So that goes from 11 to 7, which makes that fail. So that is the end of the Divine Arrow's turn. We go back to the Charismatic Song. Charismatic Song is going to spend his first point on playing Guiding Light. Ah, what am I doing? Here we go. Again, something new for me. Guiding Light. Come on, focus up, focus up. Guardian, was it a search the discard pile for a hero card and put it into your hand. And my battery's broken, no! So 7+. That is 10. So that succeeds. Now we'll go ahead and get Bad Axe. And I'm gonna stop this for a moment here. Alrighty, trying to continue. We'll see just how much juice my battery has left. Alright, so that was 1 point. I got Bad Axe back into my hand. So, and I have 2 heroes. I need 10+. Draw a card. The card has hero. Let's go ahead and try to do Melody. So we'll spend a point to activate Melody. That's 8. With his ability, that's another 1. I forgot about that. So that succeeds, so I draw a card. It is not a hero, it is an item. What is that? A decoy doll. If the equipped hero card would be sacrificed or destroyed, move decoy doll to the discard pile instead. So this dies instead of your hero. So then I'll spend my last point to play Bad Axe. Again, nobody's got any challenges. So on an 8+, I destroy a hero card. Boom, double 6s. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy Nimble Gray to keep. Actually, because the Divine Arrow. Well, no, he's got double Ranger, so that's a little bit difficult. But he's already got 1 monster, and Nimble Gray makes it easier for him to attack monsters. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy Nimble Gray. And then that's gonna be it for the Charismatic Song. So then we get to the Cloak Sage. So, Cloak Sage, what do you do again? Iron Resolve is cards you play cannot be challenged for the rest of your turn. Oh! Each time a hero card in my party is destroyed, I may draw a card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Draw a card. So I got a big ol' +4 modifier. Ooh, cool. I like how the modifiers are like a mix of blue and red. So this one's all blue. I like that. So I was thinking about discarding my hand and drawing 5 cards, but not after that. So let us spend a point to play Iron Resolve. And since I do have a challenge, Charismatic Song is going to go ahead and challenge that. So rolling for Cloak Sage. That is a piddly 4. Rolling for Charismatic Song. That is 7 plus 3 for 10. So that definitely gets challenged. Because that's 10. Oh, actually, was it? That could have been, what do you have, 4? And then that would have been 8. Still doesn't matter, because 8 versus 10, nah. That didn't matter for nothing. So I still have 2 points left over. So since I have a +4 modifier, let's go ahead and try to attack Arctic Aries. $11, and I need but a 10 to succeed. Nobody else has any modifiers, so that monster is slain. So now, Arctic Aries ability states, each time you successfully roll to use a hero card's effect, you may draw a card. That's something the Bard would have liked. But now, the Cloak Sage is in the commanding lead with 2 monsters. The Abyss Queen. Come on, you. Abyss Queen. 2 hero requirement. 8 plus, so that's not that hard. Each time another player plays a modifier card on one of your rolls, +1 to your roll. Interesting. Alright. So now we have the Divine Arrow. The Divine Arrow is gonna go after the Anurian Cauldron. Because that's a 3 hero requirement with a 7+. 7+ isn't that bad, and the Divine Arrow has +1 against monsters. Ooh, that's 6 plus 1 for 7. So that's exactly. Oh, I noticed something interesting with the Anurian Cauldron. And there goes my battery again. What was it? It goes from 6 to 7, so there is no save zone on this one. But so, Cauldron is slain, and it has each time I roll a die +1 to my roll. So that's great. That is great. So that was 2 points, and then I'll play 1 point for the Sealing Key. On Bad Axe, so he can no longer be activated to destroy hero cards. And then it's going to go back to the Charismatic Song, but once again, I'm going to stop this video and just give a quick little boost to my battery. Alright, so this is the last go I'm having at trying to record this. Again, this is something new for me. Maybe in the future, if I'm using this camera, I'll be better prepared with maybe a second battery, making sure that this battery is fully charged, whatever. Okay, spent 1 point, was it with the Charismatic Song? Right, what was the point that I spent with the Charismatic Song? No. No. Was it? I believe it was. The Anurian Cauldron got killed, so I gotta replace that. So we got Rex Major. It requires 1 Guardian and 1 Hero. And was it the 8+ to slay this monster? Each time you would draw a modifier card, you may reveal it and draw a second card. So right now we got only the Charismatic Song can go after him. Was it Cloak Sage would need another hero to try to go after Rex Major. Right now, was it the Charismatic Song? I mean, the Cloak Sage needs another hero to go after any monster, period. So that would be the end of the Divine Arrow's turn. Right? Oh man, I'm already forgetting where I'm at. I'm pretty sure the Anurian Cauldron was the last thing that happened. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I think he played the Curse Key and then it was going after the Enurian Cauldron. So now it would be the Charismatic Song's turn. So I have Hero Recursion. So there's a Warrior card there, which would be pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a point to activate Guiding Light. Ah, that's 5 and 4, that's 9. Plus 1 is 10. I needed only 7. So that is a success. Nobody has any modifiers that would do anything to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get Nimble Gray. Put it into my hand. Then I'm going to spend another point to play the Nimble Gray. Now I can roll so I can attack even if I don't qualify for it, but I don't have 2 points to spend, so I don't think it's worth even rolling. And then I'm going to spend my last point to play the Decoy Doll, and I'm going to put it on Guardian Light. Because Guardian Light is the recursion, so that'll keep it from dying one time. Alright, so now we go to the Cloak Sage. The Cloak Sage is 1 monster away, but I don't have another hero card. So, I'm going to spend 1 point to draw. Ooh, we got a hero. So we got Panchucks, which says draw 2 cards. If at least one of those cards is a challenge card, you may reveal it, then destroy a hero card. Ooh, ooh. So, unfortunately, if I want to even try to attack another hero, I have to put this out. So I'll go ahead and play Panchucks. Nobody's got any challenges, so I need an 8+ to get its effect. And I still have when a hero is destroyed, and each time I successfully roll to use a hero card's effect. Alright, so that was 4. I think I want to save my modifier for that last monster, because I need to get that last monster to win. So I'm going to go ahead and let that fail. And then I will spend my last point. I'm going to spend my last point to activate the Mighty Blade. That was 7, and I needed 8. So, nope, no successes there. So my heroes are at risk of dying, but that's my last thing. So here we go. Divine Arrow. Divine Arrow seems kind of close to getting the hero route. Not as close as the Charismatic Song. So Spooky says each other player must sacrifice a hero card. And I have the Enurian Cauldron, which gives me +1 to each of my rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a point to play Spooky. So I need 10+, but I have +1. And that is 10. Nobody else has any modifiers. So Spooky resolves. I get that roll. So each other player must sacrifice a hero card. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice Panchucks, because he's already got a warrior, so that's alright. And I guess since I can't use Bad Axe, I will, you know what? No. Let's sacrifice Melody, because that way I don't have a redundant bard. Okay, so now Divine Arrow has 2 points left. So I could go after another monster. I have no cards in hand though. So right now I need to, if the Divine Arrow can get another monster, that's really good pressure on the Cloak Sage. So I can go after, Divine Arrow can go after Crown Serpent or Abyss Queen. Abyss Queen's about modifiers, and Crown Serpent's about modifiers. So Crown Serpent Crown Serpent has the better ability, but it's also harder to get. But I'll be having +2 because the Nurian Cauldron gives +1 to all of my rolls, and the Divine Arrow gives +1 when rolling against monsters. So we're going to go ahead and spend those 2 points fighting the Crown Serpent. And what do you know? I got 5 and 5, so that was already enough to do it, +2. Nobody else has any modifiers to do with it, so Crown Serpent is slain. So now whenever anybody plays a modifier, including myself, including the Divine Arrow gets to draw a card. So, that monster was slain. Replace the monster with one of the cooler arts, I think, Dark Dragon King. It needs a bard and a hero, so that's good for the song, the charismatic song. It needs a 8+, which isn't that bad. Each time you roll for a hero card's effects +1 to your roll. Yep, bard likes that. So that is the Divine Arrow. Now we go back to the charismatic song. There we go. Okay. So charismatic song. So I still have that recursion, but there aren't any heroes that I don't already have. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 point to draw a card. That's a challenge. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know what? I'll spend another point to draw a card. Winds of Change. So that's a magic card. And it says, return an item equipped to any player's hero card to that player's hand, then draw a card. Ooh. And I have, was it Bad Axe's Cursed? It was a return an item card equipped to any player's hero card to that player's hand, then draw a card. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that Winds of Change. Nobody else has a challenge. So I'm going to return the Sealing Key to the hand, and then draw a card. I got Suspiciously Shiny Coin. So we got, it's a cursed item. If you successfully roll to use the equipped hero's effect, discard a card. Ooh. So I have one that turns heroes off and one that penalizes for successes. Interesting. So that's the charismatic song. Back to Cloak Sage. Cloak Sage still doesn't have any requirement to go after a monster. So we're gonna draw a card. We got Radiant Horn. Another Guardian. Search the discard power for a modifier card and add it to your hand. Ooh. So I'm going to go ahead and play Radiant Horn for 1 point. So that already drops me down. So that's already 2 points done. Since he cannot attack a monster, I'm going to go ahead and not challenge that. Or I'm going to have the song not challenge that. So then that is 6+ to look for a modifier. That's 7. So Cloak Sage gets to look for a modifier. And we'll get that big ass -4. So now I have a +4 modifier and a -4 modifier. That's big moves, big moves. And then I have 1 more point left over. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for the Mighty Blade. That was a 5. Are there any destroy hero? Bad Axe has a destroy hero. But the Bard has to think about, does he want the Cloak Sage to try to go after something, or does he want the Divine Arrow to go after something? The Divine Arrow is probably a better target. So, I'm not going to use... I'll have the Cloak Sage not use a modifier on that one. So that'll be the Cloak Sage turn. Back over to the Divine Arrow. The Divine Arrow... So the Divine Arrow can go after... Let's see, what's it? Can go after Abyss Queen, can go after Dark Dragon King. Both of those are 8+. Dark Dragon King has the largest gap, because it's 4 to 8, as opposed to Abyss Queen having 5 to 8. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Divine Arrow declare on the Dark Dragon King. So that's 2 of my 3 points. and that's 9 plus 2, which is 11, so that does it. So rather than that, we're going to go ahead and minus 4 to take that 11 down to 7. There are no other modifiers, so that attack fails. So I have one more point left over. So I know I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to activate Spooky and make everybody else sacrifice a hero. That was 6, plus 1 from the Cauldron is 7, Spooky is 10 plus, so that was a failure. Should have gone for buttons. I was thinking about either buttons to pull a card and pull the card from the mage, from the mage? No, from the wizard, because the wizard was the one that ruined the Divine Arrow's chance of winning. But there we go. Monster Hunter, except everybody's a dick. So here we go. Charismatic Song. Charismatic Song. We're gonna spend a point to roll for Bad Axe, which is 8 to destroy a hero. That is 10. So that succeeds. Nobody's gonna mess with that. So I'm gonna have him destroy. I'm going to have him destroy Greedy Cheeks. And then we will take Sealing Key. We'll spend another point on Sealing Key and put that on Radiant Horn. So Radiant Horn can no longer get modifier cards. And then we're going to spend my last point on Suspiciously Shiny Coin. And we're going to put that on buttons. So that's the 3 points for Charismatic Song. Back over to the Cloak Sage. Cloak Sage is still looking good because it's only 1 away, has a big old modifier. So once again, we're going to go after... let's see. Well, so the only one I can go after with the Cloak Sage is Rex Major. Rex Major is 8 plus. Each time you successfully roll to use a hero. Each time... Oh, a modifier was used, so friggin' Divine Arrow had a card. That's a shame. Forgot all about that. Okay. Each time a hero in your party is destroyed, each time you successfully roll to use a hero card's effect. So I didn't roll to use anything successfully. I did once, so I forgot that too. Trying to keep track of 3 things and doing it quick and watching my camera's battery. Lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, Cloak Sage, try to go after Rex Major. 8 plus. Got a big old modifier. Ugh, Snake Eyes. Terrible. Even the +4 can't save that. Oh no. So now I have to discard 2 cards. Oh, that sucks. So, have to discard that big old modifier. Make things tougher for the Cloak Sage. So I'll go ahead and I will spend the point to try to activate the Mighty Blade. That's 7, which is not enough for the Mighty Blade. So, nothing, just complete and utter failure. Now we go back over to the Divine Arrow. The Divine Arrow has the Particularly Rusty Coin item, which is if you unsuccessfully roll to use the Equipped Hero's card effect, draw a card. So that's interesting. So, I have that in my hand. I only need 1 more monster to win the game. And the only monster that he can attack is Abyss Queen, because it doesn't have the requirement of Bard, doesn't have the requirement of Guardian. So I'm going to go ahead and declare against Abyss Queen, which needs 8 plus, but I have a plus from Unreal Cauldron and a plus from the Divine Arrow. Wow, nobody wants to win. That's 3. That's terrible. Spend a point to play particularly rusty coin. Actually, no. Let's spend a point to activate... Yeah, let's keep pressing it. We'll activate Spooky. We'll see if we can get Spooky to go off. Seven plus 1 is 8. That doesn't do us any good. So again, back over to Charismatic Song. Charismatic Song. We need to get some more heroes. Because that seems to be the only way the Charismatic Song has a chance to win. Otherwise, it's just trying to destroy heroes and keeping them from... You see, if I activate Bad Axe... Oh, there goes my battery. If I activate Bad Axe... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to spend 3 points. Discard my hand, draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go over to the Cloak Sage. Cloak Sage is going to go ahead and try to attack Rex Major. That's 6, which is not enough. I have only 1 point, so I'm going to go ahead and try to roll for the Mighty Blade. 7, that's still not enough. When a hero is destroyed, nope, got nothing. Go over to the Divine Arrow. The Divine Arrow will declare against the Abyss Queen. +2 to rolls. 5, 6, 7. That's terrible. Probably should have drawn a card first. But my battery's running out. This is how the game plays. And you can see right now we got 2 party leaders just racing for home. But this is going to be the last one I've tried with this one. I'm going to try to be better prepared for something like this in the future. But this is here to slay. This is how it plays. So if you watch this one, thank you for joining me. Stay schlubby, my friends.